big beard.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi, Iyanna.
Welcome to Fill in the Blank podcast.
Welcome.
Fill in the blank.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fill in the Blank podcast, where two friends create a fun and safe space to feel, heal, and navigate life together. Hi, Iyanna.
Hi, Kayla.
How are you?
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. I love when you say that. That's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of becoming your thing.
Oh, really?
Because you've been saying fantabulous.
I usually say fan-fucking-tabulous.
I was about to say, you say
because I am fan.
bleeping.
But yeah, say it. Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
French toast.
For those of you who don't know, Kayla's fasting from cussing this month, and hopefully for the rest of her life, according to her wishes, not mine.
Yes.
I mean, not that I care about her cussing. I'm talking about for myself.
I'm not cussing. I'm not drinking alcohol.
Oh.
The cussing thing actually is really not that bad. Like, I catch myself. It's the hardest when I'm listening to music.
Oh.
Because I was listening to Tomorrow, and I was like, they say they can't. And then I messed up, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I could ever do that.
it's hard.
I cuss a lot.
I feel like I cuss a lot more than what I realized I do. But it's wild because, like, growing up, I never used to cuss like that at all.
Look, and I've been cussing since I was like 7.
That's crazy.
And I'm not even kidding.
That's
I learned
crazy.
pretty quickly context. Do it not around adults or do it around the right adults because they just found that shit funny.
That's so funny. Yeah, I've been trying to watch my mouth, trying to expand my vocabulary in a more positive way.
Well, every time you cuss now, I get to yell, watch your mouth.
Yes, you can.
I like that.
You definitely can. I like that.
I like it.
What's wrong? I said, watch your mouth. Oh, yes, watch my mouth. I'm going to watch my mouth. I'm not saying no cuss words.
Aww.
So just point at me and say, ooh, or watch your mouth. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I get to be childish. Ooh.
Ooh.
Just start, ooh.
Kayla said a bad word. But how has your week been? How, like, this is, for those of you, well, obviously you all don't know, but this is the first episode that we are recording in the new year.
Crazy.
So there has been some space and time in between.
2 weeks.
Yeah, in between our episodes.
A lot has happened in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What was happening the last time we recorded?
Oh, I know the
Did
main
Christmas
thing.
even happen yet?
Huh?
Christmas hadn't even happened.
Had Christmas not happened? No, Christmas happened.
Christmas happened?
It was- yeah,
New Year's just hadn't
New
happened.
Year's hadn't happened yet. It was about to.
What?
Oh, you're in the shadow. Yeah. You were behind the mic.
I was like, what?
Yeah, so New Year hadn't happened.
Oh.
You know what people want to know about.
Man, okay. Jesus. I had someone comment under my personal post, which hasn't happened yet. Like someone talking about the podcast under my own post. And I posted something that had nothing to do with the podcast. And somebody was like, okay, but that's nice, but you gonna update us on Mexico? And I was like, dang.
They nosy, girl. They want to know what's
And
going on.
someone else commented, have fun with Jared in Mexico. No.
Wrong answer.
Y'all gonna have to
Thought
let
you
that
know,
go.
but
Let it
no.
go. Let it go, please.
Yeah, no, it was not Jared.
It was
So
not-
Y'all
it will-
could really release that.
Was not, will be, will not be, Jared. Thank you. Okay.
I'm so weak.
Anyways.
How was your New Year?
Okay. Let me
Woo,
just
knee slapper, man.
Let me just give an update. I didn't go to Mexico. Not you, but was she not the one saying I should go to Mexico?
I was worried about your funds. I wasn't worried about you
Look,
going
I
to
didn't care about
Mexico.
them funds.
So that's what I'm saying. If you didn't care about them funds, I'm
realized-
cool with you not going to Mexico.
I realized the emotional risk of it was just not worth it.
That's what I said to you at first.
That's why I was like, it's a free trip for somebody else. I don't want to
Yeah.
go. But anyways, I didn't go to Mexico. I had a talk with this guy a day before. And I was going to say like, well, why don't we just like, have one last little hoorah. But I realized mid-conversation, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because he started showing his ass.
Well, Big reason why you shouldn't have
He
went.
started showing his ass.
Yeah, a lot of guys can't do that.
They just can't.
Ego.
And that's what he gave me. I had an inkling that he was like a little bit more ego driven that I would have liked, but I hadn't quite seen enough yet. However, I decided in this situation to trust my instinct because I've learned to do that more often now because I'll be right.
Yeah,
and I was right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I didn't go to Mexico. I went to New York.
How was New York?
New York was great. New York was great.
We love that. I voted for New York, so I'm happy you went to New York.
You voted for New York.
And you were happy that you went to New York.
I'm happy I didn't go to Mexico, and I'm glad I chose to go to New York.
Yeah.
I had a really great time.
Yeah. I'm cheesing with her. I'm over here like I was in New York. I was right here. I'm like, yeah. And what else?
It was great. I had a really good time. I felt the entire trip, it just felt like a growing experience. It felt like a safe experience. It felt like a very comforting experience. It was just like, it was phenomenal.
I love that. Everything that you deserve. It's just, I mean, what can I say?
Things are falling into place.
They really are. As we knew that they would. I mean, I
just didn't think this fast.
Yeah, but that's how it happens. Like, it just happens when you are least expecting it and when you're not necessarily like on the hunt or the prowl. Like, I feel like you were just living your life.
Yeah.
That's how it happened for me.
But I did realize, like, even just living my life, I was very intentional. And I was like, oh, this is a waste of time. Nope, I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm looking for.
I feel it. It's still being intentional, still putting out that like what you wanted to receive back.
Yeah.
But also not necessarily looking for the first guy that you dated to be your husband.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, this is great.
Also, another thing confirmed I learned about myself.
Oh, yes. Please share.
I'm a sapiosexual.
For those of you who don't know what a sapiosexual is, Iyanna, can you please explain? Because I didn't know before you told us.
I am attracted to intellect, basically. But like it's beyond like, oh, I just love smart people. It's beyond that. Like I could date someone that other people would find very physically unattractive, and I would find them ridiculously sexy if they had a really great mind. I knew this about myself before, but I didn't know the extent of it.
Yeah. You should share because I had you look up.
The statistics?
The statistics behind it.
It said 1 to 8% of people from 18 to 35 are sapiosexuals. Wild.
So you're in like this little itty bitty tiny group of people.
It makes so much sense though when I look at my past relationships, the ones that didn't work and the ones really the ones that I didn't feel invested in or as invested in. I didn't.
And we're gonna move on. They just didn't feed your mind in the way that you desired for your mind to be fed.
I need my mind to be stimulated.
Yeah. That's real.
New York does that.
Ooh, I love that.
And he's cute. And I find him very cute. So it's a plus.
Look, the energy is positive. It's great.
You guys feel it.
I haven't even met
not personally
New York yet. We're just gonna say New York. I haven't met New York yet.
Yeah.
But I just feel like my blessing is like there. I feel like this is safe.
Yeah.
Like this is positive.
Is there a difference between like me with New York and me with Mexico?
Yes. What? I told you this, that Mexico felt lusty.
Yeah, right?
Mexico felt like sex.
And I was okay with that for a minute. And then I got bored with it. I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, this
feels gross.
Just lusty.
It just felt dirty.
I started to see over time that Mexico wasn't like as patient and uplifting as what I think that you need in a relationship.
Not the way that he was, but not in the way that I needed.
It
was just like assertive and pushy.
That is it. It was very assertive and pushy, and you're not like that
at all.
You're direct about what it is that you're trying to say, but not in a Like, you better do or I'm gonna beat you up.
Whoa. This man did not say he was gonna beat you up. I just want to say that.
We're gonna delete that because we're not accusing the man.
I just want to say.
Yeah. It's just not
domestic violence.
We need to get started. This is crazy.
Yes. Okay. Wait, but you ain't say how's your week been?
Oh. It's been good. I did nothing for New Year.
I love that for you.
You know, I just chilled. Asia came over. And then Chloe and Joe ended up popping up randomly. Like,
because they do that.
Yeah. They had an event and then they were just like, okay, we're going to come over there. What y'all doing? So we saw them, which was nice. And we just kind of all chilled out. Asia knocked out on the couch in the middle of all of us, like, sitting there talking.
Like I did that day?
She literally she was in the middle of, like, still talking with us. And she just went to sleep. So
Asia.
We were screaming. It's not like we was, like, quiet. We were just sitting around talking. But we were loud. And she was knocked out.
She said, I'm tired.
So we just took care of her. We was like, okay, let's
Did she even get to the countdown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she made it past the countdown.
Oh, okay.
She made it past the countdown.
That's an accomplishment. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then Marcus and I, like, sat down. I think that was the next day. And we just wrote out our goals. And I did something different with writing my goals out this year that I really liked.
Yeah.
I wrote them, like, first of all, I wrote it to God, like, gave my goals to God. And I wrote them in a way as if they had already happened. So I was like, thank you, God, for allowing my finances to be abundant because I take care of the things that you give to me.
It's
so
like manifesting.
Yeah.
Almost.
So I kind of manifested it and spoke in terms of this is already mine. Like, I believe it to be true because I know what God desires for me and what I desire for myself. And I know that it's coming into fruition. So I had Marcus and I write our goals out like that this year, which was really nice. And we always do like a reflection. So we write out like our lows from the year, our highs from the year, and then we write our goals out for the next year.
So I love that you guys do that.
Yeah, it's an annual thing. We've never been outside on New Year's.
It ain't shit. Ain't nothing outside.
Yeah, no.
But sweaty, drunk people.
Yeah, I have no desire to do that. So I really enjoy my New Year's ritual. It's great. It's cool. So yeah.
Wait, before we move on, I just want to acknowledge how cute you look.
Thank you.
You look.
Please stop.
You look so cute.
Thank you. So guys, I just also decided in this new year that I am going to be on top of my stuff, the things that I am gifted with. I want to really invest in my passions, and I know that I enjoy fashion. I know I enjoy modeling, and I'm going to be doing those things.
You should just start doing what they do, OOTD for every episode.
Yeah, that's what Asia and I were saying. Like, I'm gonna push myself
that's
to
confirmation.
Like, you know,
that's confirmation.
So
I wish we had enough room.
Pictures.
I'd make you stand up and turn around.
They'll see it because that's why we took all those pictures. So I'll drop the OOTD of the fill in the blank episodes.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's one of the goals for the year, to just like really get back into the things that
you desire, you love, your passion.
Yeah.
Things that you're good at, because you're really good at those things too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cry.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
let's move on.
Not me poking my lip out.
For real.
So today's episode is going to be a production by moi. I have found this topic that I brought up to y'all probably about like a month ago. It was just like one day I was scrolling on Facebook, and it was like a list of TED Talks that you should watch. And one of them caught my attention because it was about grit and the power of grit. So this TED Talk is by Angela Lee Duckworth, and it's called Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance. And it's also a book. I
saw the book.
Yeah, you saw the book and you sent it. I was like, oh, that's confirmation that we need to do this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start with giving the definition of grit. What would you first define grit as? Like, if you had to...
Perseverance.
Okay. So grit, by definition via Google, is courage and resolve, strength of character. So I thought that was interesting, like the strength of one's character. Like
I thought that was the strength of character. I don't think I ever would have called it strength of character. However, I would have thought that it is a representation of strength of character.
yes.
Like resilience.
Exactly, like resilience, but it's saying like, because everybody obviously has character in some form or fashion. So it's saying that how strong are your characteristics that are defining to you, that defines if you are a person that has grit or lack thereof. So I thought that was interesting. So what would you define as your character? If you had to pick 3 defining attributes to your character, what would they be?
Resilient. I think as much as I hate that word and it haunts me, it has to go in there. Kind. I think I'm an overall very kind person. What's the characteristics that includes my very decisive directness? Insightful?
I
That's
would
not a
say more so
characteristic.
about like honesty, like your
I'm an
truthful,
honest person.
Yeah, your truthfulness.
There we go.
Oh, I also forgot to add, character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So, like you said, those are the things that are distinctive to you, like your kindness, your truthfulness. What was the last one you said? You said
Resilience.
and the resilience. So mine, I put down compassionate. So it helps in my connection with others. I'm meant to help other people. So I have to be sensitive to the feelings and battles that others face. And I think that this is my strongest trait out of the 3 that I'm going to say. I kind of tried to think about like how strong are these characteristics that I find as defining characteristics to myself. And I think that's the strongest one. The other ones are shaky. So the next one is leader. I think that I could connect with many and bring out strong suits that aid in teamwork. However, I can resort to allowing others to lead and not fully stepping into this power.
I think when I think leader, I think you lead by example. So you're more inspiring.
That's good.
I think you're the inspiration of who you are is what leads people.
Aww.
It guides people.
Yeah. That really helps to put things into perspective. The last one I put is honesty. So I speak my mind and truth because of the gravity of my emotions. I can work on not only being honest when I am in a space of emotional overload, but always. I am conscious of how my honesty can impact others, but I need to grow comfortable in honesty always. Oh, I was trying to, what did I say? I need to grow comfortable in being honest always since I feel confident in my communication skills.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I resort to withholding some of my personal emotions about things
because that compassionate is like,
yeah, it's stronger than that part. So I'm like, oh, I could take it. Like, it's cool.
I will say that is probably your strongest characteristic.
Yeah.
Is you are a very, very compassionate, like empathetic person.
Yeah. And I'm very sensitive to others' emotions.
Yeah.
Like, I'm constantly putting myself in other people's shoes. So I walk through life very like, okay, let me like make sure I'm doing something that is like considerate of this person and what they're going through at the time. And then I always think about like, how would I want to be treated in this situation?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is definitely my strongest, but I want to be able to strengthen the other 2 as well.
Find the balance.
Yeah, and find the balance in them. And being able to not let one overtake the other characteristics that I have.
That.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep, so, okay, wait. Where are we at?
Wait, random question. What do you think out of my 3 is my strongest one?
Ooh.
Kayla.
Because I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Kind, resilient. I really think there is something so unique and that I haven't been able to like see in other people, and the way that you are able to be honest and share your truth in a direct way, but it's still respectful of other people. A lot of people like directness can be confused with bluntness, you know?
I used to say I was blunt, and then I realized I'm not a blunt person.
You're not.
I'm just a very direct
You're
person.
very direct, and you find a way to be able to share what it is that you're thinking in the moment, but still being like compassionate and sensitive to what the person is going to feel.
Yeah.
It's very, like, I haven't been able to see someone to have that type of balance before. So that's really unique about you. And I think that that's definitely one of your strongest.
Okay.
What do you feel like is your strongest?
No, I would agree with that.
You think so?
I think I am hyper resilient, but I don't think that's like, that was something built out of trauma.
Yeah.
Like that, I didn't choose to be that.
Mm-hmm.
I just have to be.
Yeah.
So I would go with the honesty thing.
So do you think with knowing your strongest characteristics, would you define yourself as a gritty person?
No.
No. Why not?
I don't. Even when I took the grit score, I knew I would have a low grit score. Because this is where I realized there is a huge difference between grit and resilience. I'm a very resilient person. I do not have grit.
Okay.
So the difference, grit, perseverance, resilience is the ability to bounce back.
Right.
I do a lot of bouncing back.
Yeah.
Because I don't have consistency and perseverance. Like it's a lot. Like I can bounce back, but I can't stay consistent enough to not have to bounce back.
I feel it. I think that so just so you all know, like we were going to get to this, but I'll share it now since you brought it up. We took the grit assessment that is paired up with the book and the TED Talk that Angela Lee Duckworth created. And I thought that I was going to have a very low grit score.
Really?
I really did. And I think that sometimes I see myself in a light that is not true
Completely
to who I
accurate.
am.
Yeah.
And when I was answering the questions, like I was trying to be very thoughtful about things that I do and the follow through on things that I do that I am passionate about and that I care about. So I kind of took it from that perspective. Like I definitely know that I'm not gritty in general, not across the board, because if it's things that I don't care to do or finish,
things that aren't your goal.
Yes.
But that's the thing. Grit is the perseverance in your goal.
Right. So when I took it, it helped me to realize that I am grittier than I thought, because
you absolutely are.
There are so many things that I do that require my perseverance.
Yeah.
Like being in grad school, like that's a marathon.
That's hello.
So
even you
that,
build like the modeling thing, I'm telling you that like you are a very gritty person.
Which is crazy.
You may complain the entire time.
I'm gonna complain.
You may even like not do an assignment, but over like you may lose a battle, but the entire war, like you gonna win that.
Yeah, and I did not see myself in that light until I took the dang on thing.
Yeah.
And my grit score was 3.3 on a scale of 0 to 5. So it's 30% higher than American adults. And that was like
2 point something.
A 2 point something?
Yeah.
Asia, you just took it? You finished? Yeah. What'd you get? 3.7. A 3.7.
Oh, come on, grit.
Come on, grit.
Come on, gritty.
Yeah,
gritty.
No, that's high. That's high. Ariel, did you take it? No.
Well, it makes me wonder, what does the resilience thing look like? What is the resilience based off of? Like the trauma that people have been through?
Let's see.
Because that would be my assumption.
We could look up resilience.
The resilience score. It does seem kind of hard to. You like, how do you weigh resilience? It has to be through trauma, right?
Resilience, the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. So like you said, it's the bounce back.
Yeah.
Which you say that you could do.
Hey, I got the bounce back.
So that's the grit is the perseverance. Like if you're in a difficult situation and it's something that like is hard to do, that you're going to push through that.
It's like resilience is having to jump in again when you backslide.
Yeah.
Grit is not backsliding.
It's pushing through.
Look at it. Was that better in terms? See, I got you. You got to speak her language.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's it.
Okay, so some areas.
Yeah. Oh, look. she said she.
Some areas.
She.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to be gritty because it's a lot of stuff.
It really is.
But the thing that she was explaining in this TED Talk, I guess I could go into like what the TED Talk was talking about, was she was just explaining that the most successful people, and she's speaking in terms of kids. So she conducted a study with CPS kids, and she's talking, and CPS, for those of you that are in other places, is not Child Protective Services. In Chicago, it is Chicago Public Schools.
Oh, she did Chicago?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So at least that's what I think she was talking about, because she was saying she's a teacher. So I assumed CPS as in Chicago Public Schools.
Okay.
So she was talking about how the most successful of students are not the ones with the highest IQ scores or the ones that are just like excelling and rocking stuff out in the classroom. And she was wondering what was this gap? And the gap was that the students that are going to do the best are the ones that have grit, and talking about how do we make our kids grittier to be able to complete tasks, follow through, and to be able to move forward to be the best versions and most successful people that they can be in life.
She didn't have the answer, did she?
No, she didn't. She said that we are still trying to figure it out. And it's a process. There, like, the video ended with her saying that she does not have the answer.
How to be grittier? I need to know the answer.
So I'll give you my key takeaways. Like I said, the strongest performers didn't have the highest IQ. Education is lacking understanding, teaching students motivation from a psychological perspective. So doing well in school and life has more to do with ability to learn quickly and easily. Her grit definition was passion and perseverance for very long-term goals, having stamina, sticking with your future day in and day out, living life like a marathon and not a sprint.
You know what I just randomly thought of?
What?
I wonder if there's a difference in grit scores in kids in the US and kids overseas, because I know the schooling over there is different.
I'm sure
it's very external motivation here, where it's grades based. Like there's basically no internal motivation unless the kid just naturally has a passion for something like math or reading or, So I feel like there would be a difference.
I can 100% agree that if we looked it up, and we could come back next time and share what we find, but I'm pretty sure that kids overseas are grittier kids than the kids in the US.
I feel like the American school system is just like...
It's bad. It's bad. And just the way that the generation is today and the expectations that they have, it's more so based on gratification.
Yeah.
And so if they don't necessarily have like long-term goals, and this is another topic that I actually wrote down just about like the microwavable generation of wanting things like fast and quick.
Now.
So
I'm a victim myself.
How do you then develop grit in people that want everything quick, want everything fast when it's a marathon and not a sprint?
Yeah.
They are satisfied by the sprint,
by
the doing something and being able to be gratified with the success in the short term.
Oh, you know what that also makes me think of?
What?
How like the older generation could stay at a job for 20 plus years.
Man.
We could not do that.
Never.
We could not do that.
I just could never imagine. I can see myself doing something long term that I create for myself.
Yeah.
I cannot see myself doing something long term that somebody else has created.
An example of my lack of grit. The current job that I'm at, I have to stay there for 3 years in order to be able to, it's something about my benefits, 401k or something.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. All I know is it's good for my retirement. I'm supposed to stay there for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it.
I mean, it's hard. It's really difficult. And I think that there has to be some other defining goal attached to
an internal motivation goal.
Yes. Because I think that I've gotten grittier working at the job I'm at right now.
Because you've been there for a few years.
I've wanted to leave every day. But I knew that I couldn't leave because of grad school. So I had another factor.
But it makes me wonder, did you get grittier or were you always this gritty, which is why you stayed?
No, because I used to quit jobs left and right.
Oh.
So...
Oh.
I mean, I think that, and that's what I'm saying, like, gritty with things that I need to do.
I feel you.
But in terms of things like what you're talking about, stay at this job for 3 years and we'll give you X, Y, and Z, I'd be like...
That don't sound nice.
if I'm miserable coming here every single day, I'm out because somebody else can give me that too.
Get somebody else
like,
to do it.
This ain't special. Like other jobs have 401ks, you know? So it's just, I think that this job definitely made me grittier because I haven't been able to leave. Like I tried to go and I can't because I know what my goal is with grad school and finishing up my program. And that has allowed me to push through and to give me something to like, to look forward to.
Okay.
With the job.
Come on, strong character.
Girl. I don't know where that came from. Who did this?
I love that.
Who is this imposter? I mean, I'm happy though, because it's something that has gone against what I've heard about myself my entire life. And I feel like people have like defined me as lazy.
Really?
I do. I feel like my whole life I've battled feeling incompetent, like feeling like, because of the fact, just think about not lazy in the sense of the things that I've done outside of the things I'm supposed to be doing.
Quote,
so
unquote.
like school. School is a place that I've always been lazy.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because I have not always put my best foot forward. And I have been defined as a coaster. Like the type of person that like I figure out what is just enough to do so I can get by and just kind of like sail through.
I feel like terminology is so important. I feel like lazy wouldn't even define that though. Maybe unmotivated.
Yes. It's a better way, but it's constantly rang in my mind and I've had to like overcome the idea that I'm incompetent or I cannot complete things that I began and that whole thing.
Hey,
so,
well, you did that.
Yeah. You know, we here now. we
here
here and we doing the dang on thing.
You did that.
I wanted to say the other word, but I said dang on.
That damn on thing. I got you.
I'm so weak. Okay. So we can get back to where we left off at. I was sharing some of the key takeaways, but do you think that is this practical, like for someone to already have grit, or do you think that this is something that's developed over time? We kind of just talked about that, like how it was for me, but
I feel like some people can, and well, I won't say be born with grit, but I think some people can have characteristics of just being so strong-willed that it's easier for them to develop grit.
What do you think it takes for someone who is not as strong-willed to become gritty?
Look, I don't know the answer. Otherwise, I would be gritty right now. Like, shit. I think, I don't know. I couldn't even answer that.
I think it goes back to
you answer it. You're grittier.
You said, don't ask me. I don't know. Teach me something.
For real.
I think though, it really the main thing is the passion part.
You think it requires passion?
I think it requires passion.
I feel that.
I can't do anything without being passionate about it. Like, that's why I'm like, all the areas of my life that I have not been a gritty person is things that I have lacked passion and interest in. And the places that I can define myself as gritty or feel like the reason why my score came out the way it did is because right now at this point in my life, I'm doing things that I'm passionate about that will make me see myself more in the light as somebody who has grit.
Okay.
So I think it just truly takes passion. I think that it's so important that people do the things that they are passionate about in order for them to feel connected to run a marathon instead of a sprint.
Anything else? Because I feel like that don't work for me either.
You don't think it works for you?
I love this podcast, but if all y'all said, let's not film today, I'll be like, okay. Sure.
But I don't know. I mean, I think that that's the case for people who maybe passion-filled people, but that's why she said the other side of it is like the passion and the perseverance.
Yeah, I'm not a very passionate person.
Yeah, we know that.
I just, look, I am a coaster for real. I'll just be, I'll be like, whatever happens.
But what is that for you? Like, for you to, so with you saying that you love the podcast, like this is something that you love, what separates like the love and the passion for you? Like, are those two different things in your mind?
Love and passion?
Yeah.
No.
So then you're passionate.
Okay. Sure.
But
when I think passion,
agree?
I think more intense though.
Like you think that that's a more intense vocabulary word to describe a feeling.
Well, then now it makes me wonder, am I passionate about anything?
You don't think so?
No.
So you think you just go through life passionate about stuff? You'd be like, oh, I like this.
How about, I like this.
But if it came time for you to have to like a defining moment for you to push through something, you don't think that you would?
Without help? No. 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 It makes me wonder though, if I started my master's, like what would that go like? But I feel like that's different. Because I would want to be a marriage. Do you know I got confirmation from my therapist that I would be a good therapist?
Would you go back to school for it?
And that was so affirming for me because I remember when I was talking to Jared about it, Jared scoffed at me when I said I would be a good therapist.
What?
Yeah, and I think it did something to me. I was like, well, maybe I wouldn't be. I don't know. Maybe I am judgmental.
You better stop it. That's not true. I mean, as a I'm not going to say counselors need to be judgmental because you are supposed to be unbiased. But you are judging. But you're judging and assessing situations constantly. In order to pull something out of your client.
There's some part of it that you have to be critical.
Yes. You would make a great counselor.
I would love to be
So
a
would
therapist.
you go back to school?
I do want to go back to school. I just don't want to pay for it.
But okay, so if you found a way to get it paid for and you went back to school, you feel that you would be passionate enough about that end goal of being a marriage and family counselor that you would be able to push through like a 3-year program.
Oh, 3 years isn't that bad. I feel like I could do it.
Look at my face. It's not that bad.
Look, face.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Look at me. I'm in jail. Behind my eyes. Help me. Girl.
Yeah, I don't know.
That 3 years feel like doing undergrad all over again.
But I kind of want that.
But so that might be I'm not going to lie. I think that that's something that you are passionate about. It goes back to what you were just talking about. You're passionate about education, like learning, intellect.
Oh, shit.
That's something that you really care about.
And growth.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So you would agree?
I guess so.
So that means that what would make you a grittier person, not purpose. What would make you a grittier person is to be able to do things that feed into you educating yourself more and learning.
Okay. Well, this is going to be something that I'm going to have to dive into.
This is an experiment.
This is an experiment. My life is
This is my hypothesis.
Bitch, my life is an experiment. My whole life.
This is a hypothesis that I have. So we'll just see.
Maybe I'll just go back to school just to test it out.
And
I did say though, so I had a talk with my accountant. He was like, Iyanna, you're fine. You don't have to freak out. And I was like, but I feel like I'm not fine. He's like, no, you're okay.
Oh, so he's saying that you could do it.
Not go back to school, but just saying my finances are okay.
Oh.
But I decided after I paid my credit card debt, I was like, well, this year I'm going to save up for school.
Yeah, I think you should do it. I think it's something you would really enjoy.
I've been saying for years that I was going to go back and I still haven't gone back. And I think that alone
you said
for me
that when
is
I first met you.
I know. And I feel like the fact that I keep saying I haven't done it, I feel like it's discouraging for me.
No, but
I also didn't have the funds.
That's what I was going to say. It's not that you just haven't gone back. You've had a real reason. Grad school is expensive. It's a lot of money. So it's not like you just pay $2 and go back to school. So if it was that, you would have been did it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is for you. And I think for you to have the grit and perseverance, even with like the podcast, to make you like, oh no, like I'm excited to record, is being able to like bring topics to the table that are things that feed into your mind, like things that you enjoy to learn about or talk about.
Oh God. Yes. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. I just
tapped out.
I just thought about, well, first I yes, for a second I did. I'm not gonna lie. I got distracted first because I was like, damn, I'm sweating. I was like, is it because I'm the topic of conversation? But I will say when I was in school and I started taking psychology classes that I genuinely enjoyed, I was passionate about those.
Yeah.
I was very passionate about
it
those.
just takes you finding what is the passion thing. So we're going to see. So maybe I'm right. Maybe it is more. Why is he laughing?
I don't know.
No laughter, no fun.
The man can't cackle.
No cackling.
But we're gonna test it out. Give me a year. Give me 2 years.
2 years. Okay. I think it's the passion thing though.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 2 years. We'll test it out.
Okay. What else did I not talk about? So we'll definitely circle back to see if our hypothesis might be correct. But I do think that you are just very passionate about information and learning new things. So before we move on though, and wrap up, I wanted to share, like when I started researching about this topic and then the word character came up, it made me think about, we had this poster in my elementary school and I remember it to this day because I used to just read it all the time. You know how like you have posters in your classrooms and you'd be like, dang. And it was so deep. It was in my 8th grade classroom. And now I can appreciate it so much more because I'm older.
What did it say?
So it says, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Ooh. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, they become your destiny.
Ooh, that's good.
Isn't that good?
That's good.
And so I would read that when I was in 8th grade and be like I would understand the beginning half, but then the last half I was like, character, destiny, huh? But I think that it's a good place for like to leave you all, everybody that's listening with that, just a reminder of like how everything has a trickle down effect. Like what we think and then what we say and then what we do becomes who we are as a person and where the paths that we're heading down and all of that. So
that makes me think about something that my old pastor used to say about how people think that the most transformative moments in your life are these big moments, but in reality it's the small everyday decisions that you make that actually make up your entire life, not these big transformative things.
No, it's so true.
Yeah,
it's so true. It's all about the little actions because they become the big things that happen in your life.
They become the habits,
and
then they become the whatever
character
the hell you said
or whatever. So yeah. Okay, are we doing the... Oh, wait.
What?
Oh. What? Oh, there was something else I wanted to share.
What was it?
Okay, so I did further research about because she talked about part of what can help people become grittier is seeing what happens to our brains when we fail.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Yeah. So I did some research about it. I looked up what happens to our brains when we fail. And I found an article called What Happens When We Fail. And the thought process we engage in after failure can strengthen or diminish our ability to succeed in future endeavors. So when we experience a win, our brains release endorphins, so dopamine and serotonin, that encourages us to do the task again. So that's why, when you're good at something or when you enjoy something, you're like, okay, I want to do that again. And then when we experience failure, our brains release cortisol and don't leave
hormone. The stress hormone.
Yeah. And I just had a brain fart. Like I couldn't say the word. I said, cortisol. Okay. And don't leave us with feelings of acceptance and safety. So that just, when I read that, I was like, yeah, so that's why like in school, when I would not do well on certain things, I'd be like, ooh, like I'm not good at that. Like I'm not going to even try to do that again because I'm not good at that. So when we dwell on outcomes, it strengthens the neural pathways that support us not feeling accepted and safe. So we need to rewire our brain to get used to succeeding by setting goals that help us have frequent recognition, feedback of incremental progress. Okay. So when we reach goals, this will release dopamine that create feelings of satisfaction, increase motivation, curiosity, perseverance, and memory. So the key thing to this that was in this article was setting goals that you actually like. So like, don't set these big old goals that it's like you're doing things that you don't enjoy, or they're so overarching that include so many mini goals that it's unattainable for you to achieve in a set goal.
I have that issue.
Yeah, I do that too. And I've been trying to just give myself smaller goals on a daily, on a daily basis so that I feel more encouraged to power through whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. I'm trying to see if it was anything else that was interesting about it, because I wrote down a whole bunch of notes. I literally said that I overwhelm myself with goals that don't allow me to have feelings of success. So when feeling stressed by past failures, this was good. They recommended when feeling stressed by past failures, make a list of stresses you're under, then separate in 2 groups, what you can and cannot control.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's good, right?
I think over the past year, I also learned to focus on the things that I can control.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think before I was like so focused on like other people's behaviors, when in reality, I can't control that.
Yep.
So
I do that a lot with my students when they're under stress. And I didn't realize it until I read this. I was like, oh, I do this with them already. And I asked them like, okay, what are things that you actually can control in this situation? And then they're like, oh, this, and this. And I'm like, and what can't you? And so then it helps to kind of put in perspective for them the things that they need to put their energy in to shift or change their situation instead of the things that are like beyond their control.
I love that.
Yeah. So I just have to remember to do that for myself as well.
Shoot, do that for me too.
Yeah. We can hold each other accountable. Like in moments where we're under stress, it would be good for us to maybe like ask each other, what are these things can you actually control?
I don't know why, but I just had the urge to go like this.
You know, I'm down for any reason for us to hold hands.
Look, pinky me.
I love that.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my topic. Any thoughts that you want to end with or share about things?
No.
About grit?
No, I think, that was a really good topic.
Thank you.
And I learned quite a bit about myself.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all have to share with us, you know, what it is that... crap.
What?
I didn't say something else.
What?
Kayla. I mean, I just had so many notes down that I was trying to cut some of it out.
4 or 5 pages of notes.
But they were talking about how the one thing that she thinks can help with being grittier is growth mindset. And I know we talk about growth mindset a lot.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. I was just talking to my therapist about this because I was telling her how like the difference between like me knowing like New York is a good fit for me. And she was like, well, how do you know? And I was like, you know how I do this thing where I just start rambling. And then in the end, I'm like, okay, this is what it is. Because
you have to gather your thoughts.
I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah.
It's growth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's essential.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes into my passion for like learning.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to share with people who don't know what growth mindset, what it means?
Yeah, so there's 2 kinds of mindsets you can have. You can have fixed mindset or growth mindset. These are actual psychology terms. Mm-hmm. Growth mindset, you're a lot focused on, learning and successes, but also failures. You know, what can I learn from this? And you pick it up and, try again, trial and error. Fixed mindset is it's fixed. It's very fixed. Like people who have fixed mindset typically are like, well, this is me type of thing.
And there's no
expansion. Yeah. There's no expansion there. There's no insight. There's no learning. It's just like, it is what it is.
Yep.
That's it.
No desire to want to be better or discover ways that they could be better versions of themselves.
Yeah. No proactiveness around it. They're just like, they just are.
Yep. And then growth is the opposite.
Yeah, where you seek out, like, well, how can I grow? How can I be better?
Desiring,
yeah,
to be better.
And it really does like infiltrate every aspect of your life.
Yeah, wanting to constantly evolve.
Yeah,
which is really good.
God, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts. Like, let us know where you're at, and if you we'll link the assessment so that you can take it and you can see how gritty you are and share with us like what experiences maybe have made you a grittier person.
Yeah, do that. Help me learn.
Yeah.
The test, it takes 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's really quick. It's only like 5 questions on it. So
yeah, I was actually shocked.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be longer, but it was real quick.
It was real quick.
It was easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we need to talk about what is our
Fill of the week?
Fill of the week.
I have a fill of the week.
Share with us.
Do you know who Coco Jones is?
Yes, I love her.
Do you know I'm just now discovering her?
She's a superstar. There are only a few people I would define as a superstar.
Honestly,
and Coco Jones
she's
is
an
one.
actress.
Yes.
And she's an artist.
Yes.
But I literally just discovered her. First of all, two things.
Oh, because you watched Bel-Air.
But I didn't. Okay, so I watched Bel-Air.
Yeah.
And it was a good show.
It's so good.
New
right?
York made me watch it. I was like,
so
this shit is good.
I'm ready for season 2, but I hope that it comes back because they canceled Will Smith. So
it's gonna come back.
I hope so.
Because I feel like it's beyond.
Season 1 has been out for quite a while.
It's beyond
with
Will
no
Smith
season
at
2.
This point, I feel like.
Oh no, it's not beyond him.
It's so good.
Isn't he one of the directors or something on the show?
Oh, just take him off. Look,
they can't take him off.
I want to see it. Anyways, so I watched that and it was so good.
Yeah.
But also, I discovered this song.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, songs were just like on shuffle. And I was listening to it. I was like, oh, I really like this song. And I see it's called I See You by Coco Jones. I'm like, who's this? And then literally 2 days ago, my Spotify pops up and her picture pops up. And I go, is that the girl from Bel-Air? Mm-hmm. So I literally discovered both of her talents in like one weekend.
That's crazy. I love Coco Jones.
But I See You, that's my fill of the week.
That's it?
That's my
That's it?
That's it.
I love it. I'm trying to think because I have binged so many shows that my brain no longer functions the way it did prior to, and I can't even remember what I watched.
Honestly.
And I enjoyed them all. I did watch The Circle. Hold on.
Yeah.
I really like The Circle this season. Last season, I did not like it, but I like this season of The Circle.
So
they have me.
1.
Really?
Yeah, I legit haven't seen this.
I don't know what season this is. I can't remember.
Oh, didn't they bring Shuby back?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Spoiler alert. Yes, they.
I only know because Natalie told me because she met him.
She did?
Yeah, she met.
That's so funny.
She was like, I'm gonna watch it to support.
Yeah, I like The Circle. I've always said that if I was to ever go on reality TV, that would be the show that I would go on.
The Circle.
I don't know how good I would be.
I think you'd be good.
I would have to talk to myself constantly.
I mean,
and I feel like I would just think I think in my mind, like I talk to myself in my mind, not out loud.
Oh, I talk out loud.
And you have to constantly just be, they're probably looking for really animated people. I think I can be animated for sure. But I would just have to like get comfortable with doing it out loud.
Yeah.
I feel like I do it in the presence of others. When I'm alone, I'm not animated like that.
I'm always talking to myself. When COVID, when they said we couldn't wear masks no more, I had to keep catching myself because I would be talking to myself underneath that mask.
Really?
And then I would be like, once the masks weren't there, I'd still be, Iyanna, what the hell? And I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Maybe I should go on a Circle 8.
Yes.
Come on, Netflix.
Circle, get us both.
Come on,
we
Netflix.
could double and have an account together.
Yes. Come on, Netflix.
That would be so cool because they have, every season they have somebody with 2 people running.
Oh, for real? Come on, Netflix.
That would be so
Y'all start
funny.
tagging Netflix.
I would love that. Then I would really be animated because I would have you there with me, so I would be myself. We would be hilarious. Circle, you heard it here first.
Why you keep saying Circle like they're our own
Netflix.
brand? Netflix.
Circle. Well, the casting for The Circle,
Am I the plug? Them folks don't like me. They said I'm too clean for reality TV.
What? Who said that? Circle is the perfect brand for that.
Oh, yeah. True.
Look at Shuby. He's just like a normal guy.
That's true.
He's a normal guy.
He won just by being himself.
Literally.
Okay. Netflix.
Let's go on the Circle.
Come on, Netflix.
That would be so good.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I went to see Avatar.
Was it good? Oh, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I loved the first movie.
I love the first
I've
Avatar.
seen it like 5,000 times.
I will say.
Oh, my foot went to sleep.
I won't spoil anything.
Okay.
It just kind of like, I think threw me off a little bit that like Wakanda and Avatar both had the sea people. Because this
Oh, I didn't watch that either.
Oh, you didn't go see Wakanda?
I didn't see Wakanda. Why do you keep calling it Wakanda?
That's what it's called.
Is it literally called Wakanda?
The second one is called Wakanda.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Wakanda Forever, I think. It's not called Black Panther 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
sea people. Okay.
Yeah, they both have sea people.
I didn't see either.
Go look at the trailers for both. They both have.
Well, I did see somebody walking out of water for Avatar and for. Well, I saw people swimming in Avatar. I see people walking out of water.
I just
for
want
Wakanda.
them to do something more with the storyline. Like when
For which? For both?
For Avatar.
Oh, okay.
I was a little disappointed with Wakanda as well, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Avatar.
Okay.
I think that they could have just did a little more with the storyline. Like, of course, the graphics, everything looks amazing, like really cool. I enjoyed it. It wasn't that it lacked entertainment, but it just was that they could have pushed it further, I think. So I'll explain more after you see
I heard it was just like about colonialism.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is.
The man's out to get us.
Yeah, and I think that people are like upset about the fact that it had so many parallels to Wakanda, but like Wakanda is like the true, you know, version because it's like real black people versus the white people. It was just, I saw some TikToks and I was just like, I'm not even trying to get into all of this. Like, I just want to watch the movie and be entertained.
What's crazy is, wasn't Avatar in production before Wakanda Forever?
Yeah, but they're talking about the people that created it and the fact that they have white people representing people who were like natives to a certain land. So they're going deep, and sometimes my brain doesn't want to go there because it takes the fun out of a lot of stuff.
It's
I didn't want to go that deep, but I understand where they're coming from. I'm not saying that their point is mute or anything. It's just that
sometimes it's a lot. I just wanted to watch the movie. Sometimes, and even still, you're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it just. I get where they're coming from, though, for sure.
But despite their point, even still,
they could, like, I'm talking about the plot development of the movie. Like,
so does it look like they set it up for like a third one?
Yes.
Oh,
and that's why I'm irritated, because I feel like they could have did something different to make the third one feel more interesting, but it's gonna feel like.
It's just this the same story?
Like a repeat. Like, that's kind of how this one felt too. Like a repeat of what we saw in the first one.
Yeah, I was about to say the first one was kind of like that, except it had more of a storyline.
Well, it was good because we hadn't seen it. Yeah. You know? But now I feel like I kind of watched. Movie before. Yeah, I feel like I watched the same movie again with like a group of new characters, but it was the same thing. And I feel like they're setting it up for the third one to be the same thing too. Yeah. Just like sequels of the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah. But you should still go see it. It's still worth
Asia,
the watch.
You want to go see it? You haven't seen it.
It's so long.
Have you seen it, Ariel? Y'all want to go see it?
It's 3 hours long.
3 hours?
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
You'll go with us?
I'll go.
Can we go skating? And that's too much.
No, we can't go skating and see Avatar. Avatar is a full day production. We just got to see Avatar.
Okay.
But we're going to go skating. We could go see Avatar on a separate day.
I've been saying this for months.
We planned it.
Oh, we did?
It's in the calendar.
It is?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
We picked a date.
We did?
Yes. You might not have put it in there, but we picked a date. Anyways, what is my fill of the week? I don't know.
You don't know.
I know what it is. My fill of the week is I picked the song that Marcus and I are having our first dance to. And I've been listening to that song on repeat.
Are you going to tell us? Or
yeah, I could tell you.
What is it?
Frozen by Sabrina Claudio.
I don't know this song.
Yeah. It's like perfect. But I know Sabrina Claudio was canceled. So please, y'all, I don't want to hear about it. Like, I understand, but this is my wedding day and just let me have what I want.
Wait, does Marcus like the song too?
He does.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. That's my fill of the week, that song. Okay. I've been listening to it on repeat.
Okay.
But I think we're done here.
Yay! Affirmations?
Yes.
Actually,
affirm us.
Actually, I like the ones that you wrote, Asia. These are good.
Asia wrote some affirmations for us.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless.
My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless.
My potential to succeed is infinite.
My potential to succeed is infinite.
Ooh, success is defined by my willingness to keep going.
Ooh, success is defined by my willingness to keep going. My grit.
Come on, grit.
Come on, grit.
What I think, I create.
What I think, I create.
That's beautiful, Asia.
That was good.
She just wants some thank Google.
They went with the episode too.
I'm so dead.
Searching for them notes. I picked good ones.
Yeah, those were really good ones. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, guys, affirm yourself. Say those out loud. If you're in the car, if you're at home, in the bed, wherever you are, just make sure you're affirming yourself too. But thank you guys for tuning into another week of Fill in the Blank podcast. We love chatting it up with you all. So make sure you leave some comments on the Instagram at @fillintheblank_, the YouTube, Fill in the Blank podcast, the TikTok, Fill in the Blank pod. And then my Instagram is @astoldby.Kayla and Iyanna.
@Iyanna.Amore.
Since this is our first episode that we're filming in the new year, share with us what you all want to see from us content wise. Like we are definitely in the works with the highly anticipated vlogs and
that we've been talking about. I swear we're doing it.
But it's coming. We're going to do a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff in the works. But what do you want to see the most from Fill in the Blank podcast this year?
Topics or content-wise.
And guests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot for the stars. Whoever it is that you want to see, say it, and maybe we can make it happen.
Shoot for the stars.
All right, guys. We love you. Thank you. We out.
See you next week.
Peace. Bye.